Hi, fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. This is Athena here. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you a part of this community. This is a timeless video for star seeds, light workers, twin flames, any and all humans that are of high vibration, high consciousness, that has done spiritual work to evolve themselves and be in a position to embark on their gifts and talents as it relates to their soul mission and help the collective. Now, if you do have some earth on your chart, in that video I did go over the different timelines that are being experienced at this point in time by humanity across the planet. Now, that's not to say that it hasn't been experienced this whole time, but this pandemic has really lifted the veil and allowed us to really see the true colors of people. And there's just no more faking of whether you are having financial hardship, mental hardship, emotional wounds, whatever that may look like. It's just all being aired out now. And as a light worker, as a star seed, we incarnated here with the purpose to help humanity evolve. But in doing so, we had to evolve ourselves first. And so we had to walk through our own journey, experience our own hardships, pull the strength within ourselves, be guided to our spiritual journey, our Kundalini awakening to our inner gifts and talents, bring that into fruition out of the darkest moments of our lives in order to then be able to go back and help the collective raise their vibration and consciousness. And right now, at this point in time, most of the collective is still not at a point where they can make the decision to, out of free will, to evolve themselves. And that's okay. That's their journey. We will take this as we go. But if you do resonate with this so far, please do subscribe. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I would want us to build a community that we can come together and just share our experiences with what we're going through, and just be there for each other, support each other. And so these are all the cards that wanted to come out. Nothing else wanted to come out. This one's on the side because it was clarification for this, but nothing else wanted to come out. So we'll get into your reading. Fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And from the beginning, we see that either people used to get away with their own deceivement, with their own mask, with their own delusion of whatever brought them joy and fulfillment. And so for that, they are in the place that they are now. However, because you embarked on your spiritual journey, you had to take some very calculated risks, some very calculated strategic execution of plans, so that you could nurture the spiritual journey that you were on, these hobbies that were calling your name, these nudges that your soul was trying to get you towards, to nudge towards. And in doing so, you've successfully transformed who you are. And these people are very much aware, whether that be in the workplace, family structure, romantic relationships, friends, whatever it may be, they're very well aware of the success and transformation that you have gone through. However, they still refuse to see it, or acknowledge it at least, even though it's in plain sight, and even though this pandemic is making things clear as they can be of where everyone lies in their timeline experience at this point in time. And They're very sad. They're not sad of losing you, though. They're sad to see you transform and be someone different and healed, because they're still in their toxic ways. And you've invested the time to nurture yourself and grow yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever the case may be. You're most definitely in a much better position than they are. And anything that you wish you have, you can manifest. Any goal you set yourself out to achieve, you put the work in and you become competent at it, you excel at it, you become the best at it. And any new ideas that keep coming in, you continue to work on that and you continue to see that to fruition. But they're stuck in their toxic behaviors. And misery does love company. So they're actually going to try to drag you back in, down to their vibration. And the way that they're going to do that is they might come forward and offer you what may look like a honest relationship. It may look like a trustworthy, fruitful relationship. But the thing is, they can't reach you because you have completed the cycle already. You've come full circle in this transformation that you have gone through. And the only thing else that I would get from this, the only other card that would come out was the Four of Swords, which tells me that if this is a romantic proposal, you may want to go into meditation and just get the clarification from within, from your intuition, from your spirit and angel guides, and whoever you choose to connect with, to give you clarity about whether to move forward with this relationship or not. For others of you, if this is just a friendship, if this is work related, if this is family, of course, you can also meditate and reflect and get intuitive answers and guidance based on that. But you've already come full circle. So you've already detached and broken the cycle and transformed your reality. You've already nurtured yourself to the point that you would be able to discern. That's not to say that, those of you that's a romantic relationship, you won't be able to discern. That's not to say that. But, the love is blind. Our emotions do sometimes, when we make emotional decisions without consulting our guides or spiritual guides, or even mental clarity and having a balanced mind and heart decision, then if it's solely a decision based on emotions, then it can possibly steer us the wrong path because we're just thinking with the heart. I'm guilty of that myself. But when we include the mind and we include logic and we include our guides, then we can have a better understanding of how we want to move forward. So Sagittarius, wherever you are, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, fire signs, wherever you are in your journey, you've come for full circle without a doubt. And I would love to hear from you. I want to build a community in which we can support each other, talk to each other as we go through this journey. Everybody is inclined to help the collective, the human race, in a different way, shape, or form that is unique to the journey that you have gone through. And so that's going to look for different for everybody. However, we've all been, I have half fire on my sign. We've all transformed, and it's very evident to the collective, at least to those around us, of how much work we've done, of how competent we are, of how fruitful we are, how abundant we are, and anything we wish we manifest. But it also wasn't a very easy road. It wasn't an easy decision to be able to leave these people behind and break those cycles. And if we had to take calculated risk and strategic measures to move away from these kind of people, if they're still thinking about ways to manipulate you and bring you back down because, you know, misery loves company, we obviously had to be very careful about how we went about with our journey. And so that, you know, if you want to share that with me, if you feel compelled to, I'd love to hear about it, because I had to take very strategic measures too. If it's not to share too much, but I had to move away from 2 homes in which they threatened the security of my son and I. Okay. And so it was traumatic that it came from people that were the closest to me. And it's sad to see that they're not sad about what they lost. They're sad to see us transform and fully in our power, because for them, they benefited from keeping us in the dark. They benefited from taking advantage of us. They benefited from us either having rose gold glasses, not setting boundaries, or just not taking the time to develop our own gifts because we were so busy manifesting for them, doing whatever it is that they kept us chained to them. And it's really sad to see that there's people out there that would rather drag us back down to their misery than to let us live in our transformation, in our success, and continue to manifest as we wish, because we completed our cycle, but they haven't. They haven't. And I don't know how long it's going to take for them to, out of free will, decide to take ownership, take accountability, and move out of this situation and come full circle with their karma, their lessons, their addictions. I don't know how long that's going to take. But that should not stop us from moving forward with connecting with our soul family, with connecting with our community, with connecting with people who are going to empower us and elevate us and raise our consciousness and raise our vibration, and perhaps teach us new ways to manifest, perhaps teach us new ways of inspiration, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Okay, because we did the work to get here. They have not. They want to keep us chained. And, you know, if that's a little too much for some of you to take, perhaps this is probably why the only card that came out after I asked for more cards, but I didn't get any more. I only got the 4 swords. It's, you know, if you need that clarity, if you need to go within and find your own guru, your own spiritual guide to give you clarity, then, you know, by all means, do what you need to do. But at this point in time, you know, it's a good time for all of us to come together. Those of us that have transformed ourselves and are successful about it, because I do feel a level of sadness from this person who is extremely successful in transforming themselves. Even here, there's a little bit of a, you know, I'm just tired of doing this alone type of thing. I'm successful, but I'm here alone. We're not alone. We have a tribe that we can connect with. Okay, we just have to reach out and find each other. So, like I said, if you're here and you would like to be a part of this community, I would love to connect with you. I've gone through my own shit. I've had to take my own calculated risks. And like I said, the security of my son and I were threatened. But it had to take that for me to make the decision to invest in my spiritual journey and grow myself in that way and transform that and become very successful at that and continue to work on that. There's still progress and work to do, and I still continue to invest the time in doing that, and I still continue to invest and become competent in that area. And anything I want to manifest, I keep, you know, whether it be emotional happiness, mental happiness, physical happiness, financial happiness, you name it. I'm working on every single thing. And that's because I was able to break away from these chains. You were able to break away from these chains. They're not. They're refusing to. And that is not our free will. That's not our choice. But we do need to use discernment, okay? And we also need to stick together so we can empower each other and we can impregnate each other with spirituality, with clarity, with truth, with powerful support system that we clearly are not getting from these other people, these other acquaintances, these other relationships. And that's all I have for you, fire signs. These are literally all the cards that wanted to come out. But I do hope to hear from you in the comments. And if you resonate with this and you like this, please do subscribe. There is many more videos where this came from. And thank you so much. Bye. Love you.